Alright, let's see if my mic's working. I got it on a different side. Get a little closer. Try now. Hello, hello. What if I read it from right here? Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, we have to try it. Oops. I did try to put the Seaside Cafe in Miyuki from my mind during my shopping trip, but oh, there she is. Is that you, Yokoyama Miyuki? That's easier said than done. Now that I've run into Miyuki, but this time not literally in a supermarket. This is the first I'm seeing her in her casual clothes. They gave off quite a different impression to her maid attire, but they're still cute, distinctly feminine. Her dark hair is loose as per usual, and it tumbles over her shoulders in waves. About her shoulders in waves. She looks good, but now I'm but now's not the time to ponder such things. What are you doing here? Shouldn't I be here? Miyuki peers at me one-handed beneath her chin. Is there some sort of problem with that, Yokoyama? Oh no, not at all. I was just surprised. Why? Miyuki's brow furrows. I'm only human. I have to eat to survive, and this supermarket is the closest to my home. I come here often. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Haha. Honestly, Miyuki sighs. The one here who doesn't make sense is you. Oh my, what's this? Ichigo skips over to us, clutching a bag of her favorite corn snacks to her chest. She drops the drops the back into her basket, then examines Miyuki with curious eyes. Do you know this pretty girl, Naoya? Pretty? I don't think Miyuki was expecting this compliment because her face turns pink. Shyly, she dips her head, then mumbles. Dude, do you really think I'm pretty? Of course I do. You're like super duper cute in a mature and refined kind of way. You look like a regal lady. Hee. How do you meet such a grade A cutie, Naoya? She doesn't work over the cafe, does she? That's right, actually. This is Miyuki. Huh. Miyuki pouts. I thought I told you to call me Shinanomi. It's not like we're friends. Right, so I'm sorry. This is Shinumi. Shinanumi. Shinanumi Miyuki. She's a bit standoffish, and she doesn't like being called anything other than her family name. That's not true. I don't mind being called Miyuki by my friends, but you are most certainly not my friend. You haven't earned that right yet. Sorry about Naoya. You'll have to forgive him. He can be kind of dense when cute girls are concerned. It's all right though. I know his heart. I know he has a heart of gold. I promise Naoya is a real nice guy, Miyuki. Can I call you Miyuki? So don't pout at him like that, please. He don't mean any ill will. Miyuki puces her lips together. My opinion of him is still undecided. He did not make a good first impression, but I suppose he cannot be all bad if a nice girl like you is willing to vouch for him. You said you are friends? Yep. Naoya and I go way back. We even used to bathe together. What? Miyuki raises her brows until they're swallowed by her blunt, cute bangs. That's so immodest. How can you say something like that with a straight face? Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Oh no. I think Ichigo Might have given Miyuki the wrong impression. I guess it's down to me to smooth things over. We did band together, but that was back when we were little kids. We were only babies at the time. I don't even remember it. Oh, right. Realization dawned upon Miyuki's face. She frowns. Well, why didn't you say that sooner? I figured it should go without saying. Naomi and I haven't bathed together in ages. Yes, and it wouldn't be better to keep it that way. What? How cold? I feel like I'm being rejected. I'm sure you'll get over it. I took out one of Ichigo's twin tails, and she squeaks. Yuki's blue eyes dart between the pair of us. She frowns, her hands beneath her chin once more. She looks like a scientist in the midst of an experiment. Is she displeased with what she's saying? Miyuki is quite an uptight person. I fully expect her to snap at us for being too touchy-feely. But to my surprise, she doesn't shout. Instead, she smiles. It's a very small smile, so tiny one wouldn't be forgiven for missing it. But it was an impression. I think this is the first time I've seen Miyuki smile. You two really must be close. You're bickering just like a married couple. Watching you remind me of Ku and myself. Not that I would want to marry Ku, of course. Still, it's almost heartwarming. Maybe I was too quick to judge you, Yakuyama. I don't say this often, but, well, I can tell you're not a bad person. That's exactly what I was trying to say. He can be a bit dense, but he isn't bad. Not at all. If he was, he wouldn't be like my bestest ever friend. What a ringing endorsement. I will take that into consideration. In any event, it was nice meeting you, Yokoyama, and you, Miss. I'm Suzuki Ichigo, but you can call me Ichigo. You don't need to be formal around me. Ichigo, then it is my pleasure. I wouldn't mind talking a bit longer. I'm sure you have a lot of embarrassing stories about Yokoyama's childhood to share with me, but I should get on. I need to cook for myself tonight. I was hoping to get some reduced packs before they clear out, but I'm not sure what would be best. Oh, if you need any help picking and choosing, you can rely on me. I go grocery shopping all the time. I know how to spot a bargain for a mile off. I can help you get the best bang for your buck. Really? Miyuki blinks. That's very kind, but I wouldn't want to bother you. It's no bother. We've got almost all the stuff we need. We were just about going to check out, actually, when we saw you. I don't mean to be rude, but it looks like you're struggling a little. You haven't a single thing in your basket. Oh, yes. Miyuki glances at the basket hanging from the crook of her arm, just like Ichigo. I was trying to find the best cut of meat for the best possible price, but there were so many brands and options I felt a bit overwhelmed. Truth be told, I don't cook for myself very often. I'm not good at it. I'm not used to it either. I'm a complete novice when it comes to domestic affairs. It is somewhat embarrassing. Miyuki sighs. I want to do my best in all areas. Who doesn't? But when I'm faced with a task I've not done before, I start to overthink myself. I get anxious, and then I find it hard to come to any decision. That's why I've been dithering for so long. It's quite bothersome, really. I wish I had enough self-confidence to make mistakes. It's the best way to learn, after all. I should stop being such a perfectionist. You're probably right there. But don't worry, so long as you know there's a problem, I'm sure you'll be able to rectify it. I really don't mind helping out either. I can teach you all about budgeting, just like that. Ichigo snaps her fingers. I can give you a few recipes, too, if you need any help on that front. I love cooking. Well, if you're sure, Miyuki smiles and bows her head. Thank you, Ichigo. I would be happy to accept your generous offer. All right, let's get to it then. Now, if it's cheap but high quality chicken meat you're looking for, Ichigo picks up a few packs of chicken from the shelves and holds them up for Miyuki's inspection. She spouts off some information about price versus quality and quantity, while Miyuki nods, her brow furrowed. She looks like she's taken this pretty seriously. She's such an honor student. Ichigo and I lead Miyuki about the supermarket for about 15 minutes. We both give her pointers, and by the time we're done, her basket is laden with cheap but nourishing ingredients that should last for a while. We pay for our respective purchases together, then we leave the supermarket laden with carrier bags. The sun is still high in the sky, and the gentle breeze which stirs my hair is warm. I can hear the faint sound of the gulls and smell the salt in the air. It is, all in all, a very pleasant day. Ah, thank you very much. And it's made pleasanter still by the smile upon Mayuki's face. Your advice was indispensable, Ichigo. You are very wise. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm kind of stupid when it comes to both stuff, really. But if there's one thing I do know about, it's cooking. You can ask me whatever you need help in the kitchen. I'll be over in a shot. I'm just your friendly neighborhood Ichigo. Hee hee. Thanks, Spider-Man. Then thank you. Perhaps I will do that if I find myself making any complex dishes. And as for you, Yokoyama, Miyuki turns to me and her dark hair fluttered above her heart-shaped face. You were surprisingly dependable too. You taught me a lot about food storage and preparation I'd never thought of before. I am still a novice when it comes to the culinary arts, but I will strive to improve myself. I'll practice my cooking this evening, and I will keep all you told me in mind. I really do appreciate it. It's no problem. I returned Miyuki's smile with one of my own. I figured I owed you as much after I bumped into you at the cafe. I know I acted like an ass, and I'm sorry. Am I forgiven? Of course you are. I am not so petty I would continue to hold a grudge after you have apologized. It's all water under the bridge. Great. I sigh in relief. Thanks, Mayuki. That's Shinanomi to you. Miyuki's voice trails off. She frowns. But if you want to call me Miyuki, I suppose I have no real objections. I have never been addressed so casually by a boy before, and it's a bit embarrassing, but, well, I suppose I can live with it. It will seem strange if I did not call you that when Ku does. Miyuki swallows and glances at me shyly. I'll look forward to seeing you at work tomorrow. Naoya, let's both do our best. Yay! Hee hee. Hee hee. I shoot Ichigo a sideways glance. She's just grinning to herself about something or other ever since our chance encounter with Miyuki at the supermarket. She's walking as though she's on cloud, her pigtails bouncing with every step, and the hem of her skirt fluttering around her thighs. She looks so happy her eyes are positively sparkling. It's all very curious. What's got you in such a good mood, huh? Oh, nothing really. I'm just glad I was able to meet one of your colleagues. She was such a cute girl, I bet she could even make it as an idol if she learned to smile a little more. Now that's a bold statement. I don't know much about the idol industry, but I do know idols are supposed to looks looks akin to goddesses. How does Miyuki stack up against the likes of, oh god, Haziro, wait, Hazizora Shirori? Actually, I think she has what it takes. You might have a point there. Miyuki is very pretty. I always have a point. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to idols. Just call me the idol professor. Hee hee. If Ichigo had a pair of glasses, I'm sure she'd be sliding them up her nose right about now. One of Ichigo's many loves in life is in addition to food and small animals, is idols. She owns a huge amount of merch and CDs, and her bedroom wall are positively plastered in posters of cherry, beaming girls wearing cute, frilly dresses. She's such a huge idol otaku. She could even she could give even the most hardcore male fans a run for their money. It's actually like a total shame Mayuyi hasn't devoted her life to being an idol. She's too pretty to be a mere waitress. If she were to debut properly, I bet she could make a huge splash. I suppose it's possible, but I doubt Mayuki would be interested in that. I don't know Miyuki very well, but from little I've gleaned of her, she isn't the sort to court attention. She was so embarrassed after I bumped into her in the cafe, her poor face went beet red. Could a girl like that endure the stares of thousands upon thousands of fans? She's nothing like Shiori. Shirorai. Shirorai is one of Japan's top idols. She has this sweet demeanor kind of look with long, wavy hair and a gentle smile. Ichigo adores Shirorai. God damn it. Oh my god. I just said her name. Shirorai. And her room is full of Shirorai's merchandise. When I think of idols, I think of Hoshizuru Shirorai. She is the undisputed queen of the entertainment industry. Well, that's to be expected. There aren't many people out there as suited for idolhood as Shirorai. It's almost like she was born to be adored by legions of fans. She never gets anxious and she never makes mistakes. Shirorai really is perfect. Ichigo sighs deeply, as she often does whenever she speaks of Shirorai, and holds her free hands to her face. Mayuyui's like a lump of coal compared to her. She hasn't been put under enough pressure to transform into a diamond. But I think she could do it if she tried. Not all idols have to be sweet and bubbly, you know. Some idols play characters, and these characters are pretty popular. Really? Yeah, you have your airhead dits, your stereotypic girls, your wild and carefree types. You name any trope, and there's an idol who will cover it. Wow. I whistle. I thought idols were meant to sing and dance, but you're making them sound like actresses. They are, in a way. They have an image that you need to uphold, and they work hard to maintain it. If they let their veneer slip, they'll disappoint their fans. Not all these airhead idols are actually airheads, and not all these stereotypic idols are really cool and emotional. They're emotionless. Not all sweet bubbly idols are sweet bubbly in real life, as a matter of fact. Idols pander to fantasies, so they have to wear masks. It's all like part of the job. That sounds kind of disingenuous. It is, sort of, but it's part of every job. Teachers have to be patient and understanding, even if their students are being unruly, and nurses have to act nice, even if their patients are being rude. Idols are like, they're just acting accordingly. Not only do they pour a lot of effort into singing and dancing, they also need to work on their public image, though they're working almost 24/7 whenever they go out into public eye. Don't you think that's commendable? I guess, when you put it like that. I know, right? Ichigo beams happily. Idols are incredible. They're ordinary people like you or me, but they push themselves so they can become extraordinary. I've watched a lot of interviews about my favorite groups, and even I can't fathom how much sweat, blood, and tears go into their careers. They work harder than most politicians, all so they can make us happy. That's why I'm a diehard Idol fan. I'll never stop loving them. Ichigo proclaims this boldly, her eyes shining with determination. By this point, we've navigated away from the shopping street and out to the decidedly less crowded seafront. There are less people here to overhear us, but the sidewalk isn't deserted by any means. Everybody within our immediate vicinity must be aware of Ichigo's cheery cadences from the old women on the other side of the road to the dog walker strolling along the beach. We're courting a lot of curious stares. I'd be embarrassed if I weren't used to this. I got more than my fair share of stares in the past when I was still a delinquent. Compared to that, this is nothing, since it doesn't bother me. There's no point telling Ichigo to keep quiet. Why should I spoil her fun? You sure are passionate, huh? I smile. I can't imagine liking anything that much myself. I'm almost jealous. Really? Ichigo blinks at me, abashed. You're jealous of me? Yeah, I wish I had a hobby I could devote myself to like that. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun. I always do when I talk about idols. I try to keep it under wraps for the most part, though. I wouldn't want to bore you. It's fine, I'm not bored. I like hearing more about you and your interest, in fact. I've always been aware of Ichigo's fixation with idols, but I never knew her feelings for them were so personal. Oh, Naoya. Ichigo smiles at me sweetly. You're so nice to me. I wasn't for a while. I'm trying to change that, though. You're here for me, so I want to be here for you. You can talk to me about anything. I promise I won't judge you. Anything? Hmm? You mean you'll even let me gush over Shirorai releases a new single? You do that already. And you won't mind if I play Tropical Kiss over and over when I'm cooking in the kitchen? Again, you do that already. And you won't mind if I buy a vial? Oh, what the fuck? Of Shiorai's bathwater, or her used socks, or even her underwear? What the fuck? Sure, wait, what? You can buy stuff like that? It sounds like a breach of personal privacy. I've seen a few suspicious listings come up on auction sites. They usually get taken down though. I think they're just hoaxes. It'd be cool if they were real though. I wouldn't mind owning a pair of Shiori sweatpants or a towel or even a tissue she used to blow her nose. What the hell? That would make me like super happy. It would be worth even more than one of the Buddha figures. Right. I was prepared. I was prepared to support Ichigo's ideal idol obsession, no matter how intense it might be. But this might be the part where I bail. You can buy anything you want with your money, but you don't need to share those sorts of things with me. If you absolutely have to sniff Shiori's old socks, can you do that in your room? Oh, of course. Don't worry about that. I'll try to be discreet. Ichigo grins and gives me a salute. I'm really stuck on my Mayuyui, though. I think she made an amazing idol. She might have been able to be a pro like Shiori, but she could always be a maid idol. A maid idol? I look at Ichigo, asking, what's that exactly? The clue is in the name. It's an idol who's a maid. I figured that much, but is that common? Are there a lot of maid idols? It becomes more and more commonly lately. A lot of establishments, even prefectures, are turning into idols as means to boost their engagements. You can find idols promoting school, amusement parks, zoos, aquariums, and the like. And of course, there are idols who represent cafes. These are the maid idols you're talking about? Yep, there's a whole bunch of them in Tokyo, or so I've heard. There's not as common outside the city, but they're still cropping up. Cafe idols, or maid idols, are waitresses who work at cafes. Sometimes they perform songs and dances inside their cafes, kind of like mini lives. They do it and drum up more of interest in their business. Like other idol groups, they also record music, videos, and post them online, and they have social media accounts. They upload photos of themselves and clips of them rehearsing, and they interact with all their fans. They're not professionals like Shiori is. They're more like amateurs, really. Being an idol is something they do on the side. They're still interested first and foremost. They don't tend to have managers, and they don't usually perform their own songs. They mostly do covers. They're still popular though, because they're more accessible than megastars. You don't need to buy dozens of CDs in the hopes of winning a ticket to a handshaking event. You can just drop by the place they work to see them if you want. I think it's like a really cool concept. I follow a lot of cafe idols online, and some of them are very cute. I had a lot of favorites. It's still a developing trend, but I think Mayuki'd make for a great cafe idol. Ichigo sighs dreamily and one hand pressed to her cheek. I would love to see that. I'd pay a whole month's worth of my allowance if I could see her sing dance just once. She's so cute. It'd be a shame if she didn't. Now I'm imagining it. I'm getting like all fired up. She's just so cute. I can't bear it. It looks like all this talk of maids has short-circuited Ichigo's brain. She lost her own fantasy, completely oblivious to the world around her. The old woman on the other side of the street gives her a concerned look, then hurries on. The dog walker on the beach, meanwhile, stares to snigger. Did he hear everything she just said, or even the stuff about Shiori's sweaty socks? If so, he'll probably be thinking that Ichigo is some sort of degenerate. And he might have a point. Her love for idols is intense. Hope it doesn't get her into any trouble. I'm pondering this is when I notice something off in the corner of my eye. Or to be more precise, someone. A girl is sitting on the beach wearing a sleek black swimsuit. Her arms are bare and the smooth curves of her shoulders and her thighs look white as fish bones beneath the summer sun. Her hair is silver, tied back in two stubby ponytails, and her bangs are so long I can only see one of her eyes. Even from a distance, I know who she is. She makes quite the impression. It's Ku. I've noticed her, but I don't think she's noticed me just yet. Her single eye is narrowed in concentration. The palms of her hands smeared with sand. She's busy making a sandcastle, and what a sandcastle. She must have been at this for a while because it's quite elaborate. It has real turrets and a drawbridge. I never knew she was so good with her hands. A few kids loitering about on the beach seemed to agree with me, because they paused and stared at her sandcastle in awe. One kid, I don't have to read to one kid. Wow, that looks amazing, miss. Ku inclines her head in the direction. She blinks, her reaction more delayed than usual, thanks to the warm sunlight. Do you like it? Yeah, it's awesome. You're incredible, miss. You must be like a famous artist. I am not famous. I am but a trescent soul passing by upon the breeze. Huh? What does that mean? I don't know, but it sounded cool. You're really cool, miss. Cool. Cool's brow furrows. But it's hot outside. How can I be cool? Huh? I didn't mean it like that. Heh. I grin. It's nice to know Coos just as unusual shall unusual, shall we say, outside the cafe as she is inside of it. Her weirdness does falter, and the expression of her face is impenetrable, almost mask-like. Is she being obtuse on purpose? It's hard to tell. Hey, Naoya, aren't you listening to me? What? Oh. I tear my eyes away from Ku, then look back at Ichigo. She's standing by my side pouting. How long has she been staring at me, waiting for a reply? I was so caught up by Ku's antics I almost forgot her. Sorry, Ichigo, I was a bit distracted. I can tell. If you think it's like boring or something when I talk about idols, you should tell me. I know I can be a bit intense. Hee hee. No, it's fine. It's not the issue. I just saw somebody I know, that's all. Somebody you know, but we've only been living here for a little while. I didn't think you had that many friends. Who is it? Ichigo glances about, holding one hand to her face to shield from the sun. She doesn't glance about for very long before her gaze lands on Ku. Ku's still busy elaborating over her sandcastle, though the two boys who were speaking to her have walked off. Ku is quite a quiet girl. She attracts a lot of attention. This could be because of her nice body or her pretty face. But I'm prepared to bet it's because of her aura. That's just something about her, a certain je ne sais quoi, the natural attraction to the eye. Maybe it's some sort of spell she casts upon herself. Then again, maybe not. Does she always work at the cafe? Also work at the cafe? Yeah, she does. That's cool. Oh, I knew it. Ichigo grins. She matches the description you gave to a T. She looks kind of like a vampire princess, even in a swimsuit. You didn't tell me she was so pretty, though. Sorry, it must have slipped my mind. Boo. Ichigo pokes me in the side. You've been very forgetful lately, Naoya. You need to tell me these things. You know how much I like cute girls. Well, I've already met Miyuki, so Ichigo petulant pout fade away to replace it with a sweet smile. Would you mind introducing me to her? I don't know, she looks pretty ensconced with her castle. It's fine, I wouldn't hang around for her too long. I just want to say hello. Any friend of yours is a friend of mine. And that goes double if she's a cute girl. I don't want to be left out. Alright, alright. There's no real reason why I shouldn't keep Ichigo away from Ku. They're quite different, but both in terms of looks and personality, but I think they might get along surprisingly well. Let's go and greet her, then. Yay! Ichigo grins and flashes me a peace sign with a hand knot encumbered with shopping bags. You're like the best, Naoya. Why? Because I'm introducing you to pretty girls? That, among other things. You listen to me when I talk about idols. You compliment my cooking, and you tuck me up in bed after I passed out on the couch. You're just a great guy all around. You knew that I tucked you into bed last night? Uh-huh. I was half asleep, but I could still feel your arms around me. They felt very big and strong. You're surprisingly muscular underneath all of them clothes. Well, thanks. If I didn't know any better, I'd almost think Ichigo was coming on to me. This is pretty embarrassing, actually. Let's go and see Ku, then, shall we? I descend down the steps to the beach. Ichigo follows along beside me, full of joys of spring. She's so excited she's practically skipping, the carrier bag full of goods banging against her thighs with each step. I approach Ku, who's sitting out by the shore, then I clear my throat. Hey there, Ku. Oh, Naoya. Ku brushes her hands free of sand upon her thighs, then gets to her feet to greet. Her expression, as per usual, is almost completely blank. Are you Naoya's friend? That's right. My name is Ichigo Suzuki. Ichigo. Wait, that's right. My name is Ichigo. Suzuki Ichigo. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Yamashiro. Wait, Yamashiro Kiuna. You can call me Ku. Ku, then. That's what Naoya called you. But I wasn't sure if it was a nickname or not. It's very nice to meet you, Ku. You're very cute. Wow, she sure is cutting to the chase. Ichigo might have a better way with women than I do. Thank you. I'm glad you think so, but I think you're cuter than me. Oh no, your skin looks so smooth and your hair is so silky. Plus, the sweatsuit of yours is really fashionable. I don't compare at all. My own fashion sense is too childish. You look so mature. You could be a fashion model. I have looked to my own future on any. I have looked to my own future on any occasions, but being a fashion model is not one of my career prospects. Huh? You can tell the future? I dabble. I have my tarot cards. Ku reaches for her pocket, then pauses. Since she's not wearing her casual clothes, she has nowhere to stash her cards. Did she forget? She kind of is of an airhead, huh? Oh, they're not here. I left them at home. I didn't want to get them wet. Well, that makes sense. See, I didn't know you could tell fortunes, though. That's so cool. Cool again? Ku's brow creases. That is what those boys said, but I do not understand it. It is too hot to be cool. It is all very perplexing. I don't think they meant it literally. That is what they said, but that is a pain. If people do not mean things, why do they say them? It is silly. This is why I prefer the cards. They do not lie to me. Do the things you predict come true? Usually. Wow, you sound almost like a witch. What sort of futures have you predicted for yourself? Do you know what you're gonna do when you get older? Ku nods. In all my futures, it seems I will be a person of little note. I will get a degree at university, work in an office, have a series of unfulfilling romantic entanglements, then give up on love and adopt a cat. That is my life's trajectory. Really? But that sounds so sad. Not really. I will have cats. I guess that makes it a little better, but I wouldn't want to imagine you being on your own. That don't seem fair. That doesn't seem fair. That is simply the way the world is. She's not wrong about that, but ouch. You'd think as some sort of self-proclaimed clairvoyant, she'd try to predict a more exciting future for herself. I imagine most girls her age would dream of fame, money, and romance, not a series of pedestrian disappointments. Maybe that lends her future telling powers a bit of credence, if only because it sounds so drabby and believable. But I still think it's nonsense. Jeez, and to think I was like gonna ask you to read my fortune. I think I've gone off the idea of a little now though, if all the fortunes are so sad. It is not sad, remember the cats. I guess every cloud has a silver lining. That's right. Ku nods. Bad things happen, but they don't last forever. We must tell ourselves that. It makes it easier to accept the future. As for your future, Ichigo, Ku, exam- Ku examines Ichigo's with some interest. I do not have my cards with me, but I think it will be a good one. You do? Ku nods. You are a cheerful, confident girl. I'm sure you will succeed in anything if you put your mind to it. In my love life, how will that work out? You have a bright aurora that attracts people. I doubt you will find a partner who will love and cherish you, who will make you happy. That is, I don't doubt. Ku glances at me. Unless you have not found your idol partner yet. Or already. Huh? What do you mean? My. Ku sighs. You are slow on uptake, aren't you? Says a girl who doesn't know what the word cool means. Then let me ask you this bluntly. Do you have feelings for Ichigo? Huh? What? Ichigo and I respond to the Audison's question simultaneously. We both stare at Ku, our mouths hanging open. Of all the things Ku could have asked me, I didn't think it would be that. Well, Ku presses, unconcerned by, or perhaps oblivious to, my discomfort. Do you or do you not have feelings for Ichigo? I'm gonna say, well, I do like her a lot. I do like her, but I don't know if I like her that way. We've known each other for too long. We've known each other. Well, we've known each other too long for anything like that to develop between us. Isn't that right, Ichigo? Yeah, I guess that is true. Ichigo smiles sheepishly, her face flushed and toys with a lock of her blonde hair. Me and Naoya are super close, but it isn't really like that. We've never done anything lovely-dovey together. We've never held hands, we've definitely never kissed. Though he has tucked me up in bed before after I fell asleep. I see. Ku nods. It is a work in progress then. You both care for one another, but you are too dense to admit your feelings now. They are festering. I shall remember that. Festering? Doesn't sound very romantic. Withering then? That isn't much better, jeez. You could try to be a bit more tactful. I might act like a bit of a tomboy, but I'm still a fair maiden at heart. I take romance stuff seriously. I know. I can tell. You are full of love. It extrudes from you like sunlight. You are not like Miyuki, who hides her feelings. You are open and honest. You are not very much like me either. It is quite remarkable. You really think so? Ku nods. You are a nice person, Ichigo. I'm glad I met you. Oh, no, now you're, like, making me blush. Hee hee. Thanks, Ku. I'm glad I met you, too. I know this might be kind of sudden, but, well, you're a friend of Naoya's, and I'm a friend of Naoya's. And if we're gonna keep working at this cafe, he'll see you even more. So I was wondering, would you mind being my friend too? You wish to be my friend? Yeah, I mean, you're cute. Who wouldn't want to be friends? Want to be your friend? Oh my! Ku blinks. Her single visible eye looks a touch wider than per usual, and her lips are pierced in a small ring. Is she surprised? How unexpected! You didn't predict this? Ku shakes her head. People do not often ask to be my friend. They think I am strange. For a long time, Miyuki was the only one. I thought that was alright, but maybe I shouldn't. I should try to expand my circle of acquaintances. You need at least 3 people to take part in a seance, after all. A seance? I frowned. What's that? A way to summon dead people. I don't know about summoning dead people. When I play MMOs, I usually stick to being a DPS. But I would like to be your friend. I'm being sincere about that. And I'm being sincere too. I can put the seances on hold if you would like. A small smile captures Ku's lips, and we try to spend more time together. Would that be acceptable? That'd be more than acceptable. Ichigo takes Ku's hand in her own hand and shakes them. Her smile is so bright, it's positively blinding. I'm, like, really happy to meet you, Ku. I hope we can stay friends for a super long time. Ah, I'm so happy I met your colleagues, Naoya. Those girls were so cute. They were seriously cute. They were even cuter than this than this delicious beef. Num num. Ichigo beams practically from ear to ear as she shovels mouthfuls of beef and onions in her mouth. Her terrible manners aren't the most refined. Table manners. But I guess it's kind of endearing. She's got a bit of sauce on her lower lip, though. If she hasn't noticed, I guess I'll wipe it away for her. Feeling distinctly like a mother, I pick up a napkin and reach across the table. Yes, it's very exciting, but you should be careful. You'll spill food all down your front. I dab at Ichigo's chin and she giggles. Hee hee, thanks for looking out for me, Naoya. You're the best. I'm not so sure about that. I was a pretty rotten friend to Ichigo in the past. Maybe that's why I'm trying so hard to make it up to her. I don't want her to feel unwanted or unappreciative. That would be a poor way to repay her, after she's done so much for me. Really, though. Ichigo pouts. It's so unfair. What is? That you get to see those girls every... Don't be silly. I ruffle the top of her head with one pat, as I often do whenever she's being practically neurotic, which is more often than you might think, despite her near perpetual smile. Ichigo feels things a lot, and she emotes enough for 12 people. I would never forget about you, even if I do become friends with Miyuki and Ku, which, let's face it, seems kind of unlikely in Miyuki's case at least. You're my childhood friend. I've known you for years. Our bonds aren't going to disappear just like that. Do you really mean that? Of course I do. To cross your heart and hope to die, I'd even stick a needle in my eye if you like. Oh no, that really would be going too far, hee hee. I wouldn't want to hurt you. Your happiness is my happiness. We've been together a long time and I only want the best for you. I'd be very glad if you could, like, make more friends. But I feel anxious all the same. Maybe I'm being silly. Ichigo sighs. I guess I don't like being left out of things, especially when cute girls are involved. I might be more insecure than I thought. He. Really though, she toys with her strand of hair, her long golden hair, and unusually com- contemplative look upon her pretty face. I think I'd like to work with you. Then we could all hang out together, the four of us. Doesn't that sound like fun? I wouldn't be opposed to the idea. Ichigo can be a handful at times, but I've never been binged on her company to the point of queasiness. She's relaxing to be with, almost despite herself. It wouldn't bother me if she wanted to work with me, but is that a good idea though? I thought you were busy at university. It seems like you have a lot of work to do. Yeah, that's right. My schedule's already packed. I guess for the present, it'll be nothing more than a dream. I'll keep my distance for now, but Ichigo stabs her finger at me from across the table. You've got to tell me if there are any romantic overtures, okay? I don't want to be kept in the dark. As your absolute BFF, I want to root for you, no matter what happens. Let me be your cheerleader, okay? Of course, I'll tell you everything. Though I doubt there'll be any of that much to tell. I'm not the lady killer you seem to take me for. Nonsense. You used to slick back your hair and you can ride a motorbike. What's not to like? Any girl would fall for you after knowing about your rugged past. I sure know I have, or would. Ichigo laughs a bit too loudly, her cheeks turning pink. I'm just kidding. We're only friends. We used to bathe together. It's weird if we went out. I don't really have a horse in this race, so don't get that wrong idea. I'm just trying to look out for you. He. Ichigo picks her chopsticks up again and stuffs a bit more food in her mouth. She's intelligent as per usual, and she drips a bit more sauce down her lips and on her chin. At least she doesn't get it on her clothes. That would be a pain to wash out. Good grief. I sigh and pick up the crumpled napkin once more. I dab this off of Ichigo's chin and she smiles shyly. Thanks, Naoya. Sorry if I'm acting kind of weird. I'm just thinking. With a pair of cute girls like that, it's inevitable something will happen. It always does. And what? In romance dramas and shoujo manga, of course, it's a perfect setup for lovey-dovey shenanigans. I'd be more surprised if something didn't happen. That's just because you've watched too much TV. It's rotting your brain. Life doesn't work like that. I refute Ichigo's words as coolly as I can, but I still find myself pondering regardless. Could she have a point? It seems unlikely, but maybe something really will happen. I wonder what. And that's what we're going to call it. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I appreciate everyone that will stop by, hopefully. I'm still amazed that I have, 170 subscribers since I haven't streamed a lot. And I don't deserve it. It's not a lot, but to me it is. Again, I appreciate everybody that will see this. And with that, I bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night.